Hello, everyone out there. It's so good to be back. We took a little bit of hiatus, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. Quick update, because in our downtime, we've had a lot of progress made. And if you can't catch us here on the good old YouTube where things are fun and easygoing, platforms like Google Podcasts and Spotify have now picked us up and are getting getting their libraries filled as we speak. So be sure to check that out. Now, a brief explanation to why we were gone. We had a small incident involving our favorite cast member, DJ. Do you mind putting in your 2 cents, pal?
I took a throwing axe to the calf a few weeks ago.
And the amazing coincidence of the episode we were going to record is high octane, adrenaline, usually kind of violent, old school fighting kung fu movies. And unfortunately, the day we sat down, we're like, DJ's gone. How? What could possibly have happened? And here's the man himself.
Yeah, there's going to be no high kicks from me for a while, not till I'm fully healed.
So, our apologies. Our boy's doing well. The platform's been moving even while we've been away. So, now it's time to get back to the usual debauchery. This is our NoSkill Podcast, and let's get the boys introduced. DJ's already said hello, so we'll jump right into Brandon.
Hey, what's up?
Adrian.
I am here.
Oh, I almost said Frazier, but I know he's being an adult right now and taking care of some adult stuff, so we'll get back to him next time because I'm sure he's got some hot takes, and we'll do a part 2 of this one.
He's
or we just ignore him
right now in his delivery truck.
Or we just ignore him and totally don't acknowledge that some of the movies he finds are insane. But before we get into his insane picks, guys, let's start this off. It's been, I want to say like 15 years since I really got into like these, what I would call more action-oriented kung fu, even a couple of kickboxing or wrestling movies that just high adrenaline, high performance, and stunning visuals, and some serious talent from these insane actors. How did everybody else get into this? Because even my brother here, like, we have some vastly different tastes in some of the stuff we watched. Like, who wants to start us off here tonight?
I can kick us off here.
Irony.
Honestly, I can't remember off the top of my head what age got me in that I got into action movies, but like the earliest memory that I have, which I think it came out in '99, was just the very first Rush Hour movie. I was already a fan of Chris Tucker. Thank you, Mom, for introducing me to him in the movie Friday. But all of a sudden, I was just like, wait, they're doing karate, and it's funny. Like, it's funny karate. What is this? I need more of this in my life. And I would watch Rush Hour 1. When I mean on repeat, I would take out the VHS. Yes, I said VHS. Rewind it, and then put it back in and watch it again within 5 minutes of me just finishing watching it. I know that movie line for line by heart.
Man, that one's a true classic. Like, it kind of hits all audience because the comedy's there, the buddy cop thing is there, and then there's just Jackie Chan going absolute ham on like 20 people at a time.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Same with like the Shanghai series. Those are great.
Shanghai is an interesting one. It feels like such a fever dream of a movie.
Oh yeah, with fucking David Spade, Jackie Chan, fucking.
That was Owen Wilson.
That was Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. I got them mixed together.
Jackie Chan and David Spade going in an adventure
together.
Can we find that?
Messed up, damn.
Oh, mess.
Can we get a GoFundMe started for that? David, when you're done making Netflix movies with Adam Sandler, we got an idea for you.
Hit us up, right? Oh man, I can't get that image out of my head.
Yeah, the Shanghai movies are actually pretty solid. I wasn't too certain of them at first, but it was one of those. It grew on me the more I watched it.
For sure.
Brandon, what got you into it?
Oh, I as well have to thank my mother for this one. But other than the comedy side of kung fu movies, I was thrown into Jet Li movies, and I think the first one that I remember off the top of my head is The One, and that started off my love for the kung fu movies, especially one of her favorite movies is Romeo Must Die. That's a good one. I really enjoyed that one.
Never seen that one.
I was about to say the name sounds familiar, but I don't think I've actually watched that. So that's gonna be that. I'm adding that to the list.
It's Jet Li and rest in peace to this musical artist, but Aaliyah.
Oh, okay. Yes, rest in peace, Queen.
Okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Oh.
Man, I haven't heard that name in years, my guy.
Yeah, it's an older movie, but it's a must watch. I think it's a very good one, and the soundtrack is fire.
Oh yeah, I'm adding that one to the list. That's on there. That's on the board now. Movie night.
That list is going to be 40 feet long by the end of this episode.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, man.
Probably.
We've been postponing that movie ever since Halloween.
It's almost like our man's been in and out of the hospital since Halloween.
Listen, it wasn't my fault, okay?
No, we get it.
We get it, man.
How was I supposed to know we try to throw it backwards?
Well, you should judge that by where you live.
Yeah, facts.
If
I
you
live in
hear
stupid
a
town, by the way.
solid yeehaw before somebody throws an axe, you know something bad's about to happen.
When the man behind you throwing axes is drunk, you should probably take the hint to leave.
If you hear "hold my beer," you might want to take a sidestep.
Oh, yeah.
Right, before we get too
When
too
they let him in
distracted.
with alcohol.
True. Wish they did let us drink there. That was a problem. But before we get too derailed on
Yeah.
throwing axes and where I live and how shitty IRL RNG I have, Adrian,
Dude, nothing in any of like today's modern movies can beat the brilliance of the era of stuff like Exit the Dragon, Enter the Tiger. Holy shit.
you're just trying to trigger people, huh?
No, that's just a fact.
Exit the dragon, enter the tiger.
Yes. Are you not aware of this?
No,
I've only heard.
I thought you were trolling.
No, I believe it's from 76, if I'm not mistaken.
I've
an
only
older kung fu
heard
movie,
of this
dude.
movie.
You were correct. 1976.
Hey, let's go. I like older movies, man. There's just something about them that feels honest, which is hilarious because a lot of them were just insane.
Oh yeah, they're very over the top, but
Dude,
man,
stuff
were
like
they not
that.
good?
It was straight
Oh,
martial
this is-
arts. The camera wasn't shaky. They weren't trying to like smoke and mirrors you with CGI. It was just straight,
That was
honest
the
martial
best.
arts.
I will always say this: practical effects are the way. I don't care how good computers get. I don't care how good artists in like vision gets. Practical effects are the way. Nothing will ever replace them
I also loved
in any
older,
movie whatsoever.
I also loved the older movies where they the music, the background music is like overly loud for no reason,
Dude,
but
when
it's
you can-
amazing.
When you can hear the music and the sound effects before things happen, that's when a movie's good.
When the strings and the drums are blowing out your eardrums, you know it's a good set. Like, it's about to go off.
Honestly, when the orchestra is in the room with you, that's how you know it's a banger. Oh my god. Or just old stuff like Hopkido. Oh man, Drunken Master. The 70s
Such a good
were
movie.
really
Drunken Master
the
is
time
good.
for movies. Like they really were.
Because again, it was
Oh,
actually
man.
like honest acting. It wasn't like I'm pretty sure if I watch one more action movie and the camera's moving and shaking around so much that you don't even know who's fighting anymore. Like the camera moves around so much, and there's so many flashing lights. I'm pretty sure my eyes are epileptic from all of that.
What is this, Iron Fist?
I was about
Oh
to
god.
pull
No
up
comment.
the final Resident Evil movie. The end of the movie. God, you could have
Okay,
Oh,
God
man, yeah,
damn
that was
that.
could have seen a
that was a
goddamn
mess.
thing.
That was pretty bad. It started so
No,
strong,
man.
too. That scene came out the gate swinging, and it was out of gas by round 2.
Dude.
It's like
That's
apparently
what I'm-
there's a monster here, but I can't see it.
That's what I'm
Don't
saying,
know what it
dude. New
looks like.
movies just aren't it.
Maybe the real monster was the editing along the way.
It truly
The real
was.
monster was the plot of that movie.
I mean, some new movies I got like a special taste in my like a special place in my heart for, just because the few gems that I can find, such as the John Wick series, which I'm excited for John Wick 4. I
Sure.
am a huge Keanu Reeves fan, and I give respect to the fact that everything that you see him do on screen, he actually practiced. He actually wanted to do. He didn't want a stunt double for it. It's like all the
Man's
shooting
a
courses,
legend.
Yeah,
like all the
Yeah.
shooting that he does, he
Oh,
actually
man.
took like spec ops shooting courses to get that well at handling a weapon.
Yeah, the man's he's a man of his craft, dude.
Did you see him rolling on the mat with his trainers? He was
Yes.
in it, bro. At 4 a.m. Just, all right, guys, I'm stretching. Let's run these drills today. And he never stopped until the filming was done. And then they're like,
man
well, you
was
want
in
to
the
do 3
trenches by
more?
the end of it.
And he's up there. You got to give Keanu that. He's getting older, and he still puts himself through the ringer for his craft.
Yeah,
No,
they're about to, as of this recording, they are about to drop the 4th Matrix, which I'm actually excited for.
Yes.
Oh.
Yo, getting away from martial arts movies into movies with martial arts. The Matrix is up there.
Dude, that dojo scene.
Come
That
on, stop
dojo
trying to hit
scene.
me and hit me.
Dude.
Oh, I love that. I really do.
Speaking of movies with martial arts in them, the best martial arts related movie that come out in like the past 10 years, excluding Ip Man and Ong Bak, Shang-Chi and Legend of the Rings. Oh my goodness. That was
I thought we were going to wait a while.
No.
Let's go.
Dude, I don't enjoy movies anymore. They suck. I'm just going to say it. Movies suck these days. That was a good movie.
I have yet to see it, but I've heard nothing but good things
Really?
about it.
Yeah,
I almost screamed at you.
In my defense, though, with the last few like independent Marvel films that have come out surrounding insert character's name here, I've been hearing that they're kind of lackluster.
Like what?
So like a lot of people here, they say that the Black Widow movie wasn't as like up to par as to what they were expecting.
That's not independent. She's been in like 5 different movies.
No, not independent. Like I'm talking when individual characters from the Marvel universe get their own solo movie. That's the term that I was looking for, was solo movie.
Oh.
And Black Widow very much does fall in the category of the action's so heavily chopped and edited. It's very unbelievable. It doesn't sell it at all.
Story you can't really like.
Yeah, the fact that they chose to give Black Widow her own movie, for anybody who knows those comics, yikes. That was a gamble.
Most of them are a high yikes.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of... How do I say this? It's TOS friendly.
Horse hockey.
Oh, yeah.
What?
She's a war criminal. You can't tell that story very politely. You can't pull punches on it. Otherwise, you're like, oh, well, that's just... It walks the fine line between edgelord and a really like dark character.
True.
Before we go too deep on that, DJ, highly recommend Shang-Chi. It is so freaking good.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing now. Is like when I actually had this conversation with a couple of my friends a few days ago, and I told them because of how these other solo movies haven't been doing as well as everybody thought they were supposed to, especially with like, what was it? Was it Mulan?
Yeah, Mulan was one.
Marvel.
I know Mulan's not Marvel, but like all these action / like martial arts movies that'll have, or at least movies that'll have martial arts in them, how they're not doing as well as people would expect them to be or do. I was going into Shang-Chi with very low standard, and then my standard hit such a low point that I said, okay, I don't even think it's worth my time. If all these other movies have been a letdown, I don't think it's worth it. Now out of the woodwork, it's, dude, Shang-Chi was so good. Damn it.
I had a very similar way going about it. Mikey was there when my parents were just like, hey, do you want to go see this movie? I'm like, I got fuck all to do tonight. Why not? I don't really feel like playing anything. I went, dude, that was a good movie. I went into that mindset of just like, it's a new movie. It's at least a story that I'm not super well informed on, like very limited. So I'm like, and maybe I'll enjoy it just for that. But man, it was worth it. Like I said, dude, take it from me. You know how much I hate new media. Like
Yes.
you genuinely, it was good. I can tell you that with full honesty, it was good. Like it was Rush Hour 2 good.
He's not wrong, man. It just hit on all fronts. It was funny. It was action-packed. And for those of you who don't know, the original character of Shang-Chi in one of the series, because it's comics, there's a ton of different variations, but one of the main ones, he was very heavily based on the man, the myth, the legend, Bruce Lee. So when that in mind, and when they did the movie, they had special respect showing tributes to classic kung fu movies, classic wirework styles, even a little bit of like mild spoilers. There's like a kaiju scene technically. There's these really cool showdowns that take you to House of Flying Daggers. There's scenes that really remind you of Old Boy, which we're going to talk about later. But they do a very good mimicked version of a scene made famous in that movie. Even one point, and this is a little behind the scenes thing because I'm a big fan, I follow stuff like this. They couldn't get a cool, unique pose. They tried different martial arts. They tried different comic book things. And when he strikes his defensive pose to protect his friend, they ended up settling on one that looks very similar to Donnie Yen in Kill Shot. And when you see him side by side, you're like, damn, man, you can't get away from the greats. Like, they did so good at paying respect to these and then making insane new scenes and sending it all the way. Like, the action in that movie has been some of the best Marvel's put out in the last 10 years, hands down.
Speaking of which, Donnie Yen, in such a short amount of time, I've become one of the biggest Donnie Yen fans of all fucking time.
He's good, right?
Donnie Yen's a really good actor. Like, that's all there is to it.
Burned through all 4 Ip Mans in one single day. Then I forgot the name of this other one, but it was like a throwback to like the retro 90s era. Where Donnie Yen was actually technically the bad guy turned good guy. I forgot the name of it off the top of my head. But what was it? It's in the Shaolin section. Oh yeah, Sword of Destiny.
Oh, I haven't heard that name in a hot minute.
Yeah, my guy. Damn.
All those I found on Netflix, and I just took 3 days to just binge everything. Because I can admit I'm not the most versed when it comes to actual just straight up martial arts movies, not like fighter and comedy movies like Rush Hour and all that shit. So I wanted to take a day to actually just watch and appreciate actual martial arts movies that don't have Michael Jai White in them.
Why? Michael Jai White's a master and a gift.
Oh yeah, he is. 100%.
You want to see a different actor every once again.
I can't wait for Black Friday when he's killing zombies. That's going to be great.
Just about to bring
That's going to be sick.
Here's your doorbuster, I love that guy so much.
Good.
The fact that they managed to cast the guy who played Ash on Evil Dead to be in the movie too. I was like, this is going to be a trip.
I'm amazed he just decided, I'll be in a movie again. Why not?
Honestly.
It's been 30 years. I'm kind of bored. Why not?
He's been in stuff more recent than that, but why not?
Yeah, he definitely has.
Not a lot. He doesn't get around that much, but he is.
He did the Ash vs. Evil Dead series. It was a long-running show.
He's a legend. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, okay? Let's get back to the movies.
Very true.
Very
true.
Hold on. One of the best movies of the 20th century. I don't know how centuries work. I'm just going to say it. And Mikey, you know what movie I'm talking about. Man with the Iron Fist 2.
Why you gotta do me like that?
Do you remember how... I don't want to say bad. But do you remember how unique that movie was?
That movie was filmed in the style of a B-list kung fu movie, and it delivered on that front so well. From having
the style of a B-list movie, but was produced as a C-list movie.
I'd argue it was produced as an A-list movie. That shit was so good. It went
straight to DVD in a Walmart. Don't pull that on me.
Oh, tell me that wasn't a great movie. It had amazing fight sequences, terrible CGI, and then the spoiler alert. Like, nobody who saw the actor playing the original Shang Tsung for Mortal Kombat wasn't going to be the surprise villain at the end. Don't lie to yourself. That was obvious.
All I'm saying is, RZA, you need to make more movies. You need to be.
He really does. He gets it, man. He just gets it. And the Man with the Iron Fist, the first one, was a solid hang out with the boys action night. It's a good movie, man. The characters are outlandish and eccentric. The fight scenes, especially with Bautista just throwing people around, because the guy's a unit. He doesn't need fancy moves. He just grab you by your collar and throw you around like a... Right? Yeah. In the first movie, he's the main bad guy.
Hold on. Do you want to hear this cast really quick?
It's insane.
I'm already
I just
intrigued.
realized Brandon's probably not going to know a lot of these names now that I'm looking at them.
I mean, I'm not a big movie dude, so probably not.
Yeah, I realized that I was about to start listening. And like, actually, Brandon's not really a
For the
movie guy.
audience, send it.
Just go ahead, man.
Okay, so we got some great names in here. We got Rick Yoon, Russell Crowe, which still blows my mind. Lucy Liu's in this, which blows my mind even more.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, and she's
I
so
love
good at
Lucy
her
Liu,
role.
man.
So
She's
good.
such a good actor. Oh, okay, DJ.
That was great.
Anyways, obviously Batista's in it. Jamie Chung, Kung Lee, and Brian Mann. Some of like the most. I, I don't really know how to say this, but like, I feel like every person in that movie was cast almost perfectly.
Oh, especially Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
I will admit, I wasn't expecting to hear Russell Crowe's
Yeah, I
name.
was not expecting that.
He plays Jackknife,
is-
one of the greatest characters ever.
He is fascinating in the way that Russell Crowe as a human being is fascinating. Like
He's great.
the character just sticks out.
I think I actually
Fits
knew
in so
everyone.
perfectly.
I think I actually knew all those actors except for the last one that you mentioned.
Really? Let me look up what something else Brian Mann is in. Looking at it, probably not a lot. Oh, okay, that I didn't realize. I didn't know he was Ryu in Street Fighter.
Oh. Well,
Oh, I know him.
Immediately, I know that guy.
I still have that movie on DVD.
Also, shout out to Raul Julia. Oh, the legend. It's a shame.
I still drop lines from that movie every opportunity I get.
Just change the channel.
Quick, change the channel.
It is terrible how much me and Mikey quote almost all the terrible lines from that movie just to each other. Not even like to other people, just to each other.
I do it to the D&D party. They have to suffer through it.
Yeah, but I'm there, so you know.
See, but that's the one
Oh,
beautiful
man.
part about movies that either that can have like just iconic lines, whether they're good or bad movies. You'll walk away with a new catchphrase that you're gonna say just amongst the bros.
For me, it was Tuesday.
Oh my, yeah. We're not gonna start quoting Street Fighter. We'll be here all evening. It's
Can we
just
start
waste a recording
quoting
session.
movies? Can we just do
I'll
that?
throw in quotes.
All right.
Oh man, never mind. I'm gonna shut up. Someone start talking before I say something I'll regret.
Yo,
Oh,
have y'all boys seen the Tekken film?
Yo,
No.
What?
No.
what?
No.
There's actually a movie based off of that shit?
Yeah, and
Yes.
it's better than all the games.
I've heard of it. I've seen the Street Fighter
Tactics
one, just
bullshit.
not the Tekken one.
Seeing the Street Fighter one, I've seen both Mortal Kombat ones. I had
Mortal
no clue about a
Kombat
Tekken
ones,
one.
so,
Actually-
yeah.
Hold on. Have you guys seen both Street Fighter movies?
Yes.
One. I've only seen the first one.
Okay. Do not watch the second one, please, for all that is good.
The reboot's terrible,
Yeah.
man. They dropped the ball hard.
It is so bad.
All you need to know about the first one is Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's
So,
all.
fun
That's all you
fact-
need. Yeah.
Yeah, fun fact, when they cast him, since obviously the director had only actually I don't know if it was the director, but the people putting the movie together had only seen Van Damme movies with like subbed over, they didn't realize he didn't have an American accent. But they decided, just fucking cast him anyways.
Game over, Bison.
Game over.
He did a great job. Nobody can say he wasn't a good Guile.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
100%.
that movie was just good in like every facet. I don't care.
And if you want a dude who can throw a bad kick, you get Van Damme. That's all there is to it. I don't
Yep.
want to get kicked by that guy. Or his
You want a
daughter. She's a beast.
Megalomaniac
Holy
super
crap.
boss, you get fucking Raul Julia. That's all you need.
He is the best Bison that ever was.
Honestly, every other Bison's cookie cutter.
They really are. They can't do it.
No.
Anyways, back to the Tekken movie. What a hot steaming pile, but boy was it good.
I'd argue that had some of the best fight choreography in any of the recent years of martial arts films.
Would you say it's
Maybe?
a star-studded piece of shit?
I
No.
would just say it's, a studded piece of shit, but
What is with you? That is a good movie.
I'm not saying it's a bad. It is a good movie, but boy, some Some of the choices they made were interesting.
Okay,
Quite
I will.
questionable, if you will.
I'll give you this: they did not look like some of the characters sometimes. But the reason they did that is they casted people who fit the characters in a mannerism and actual fighting style. Like the guy who played Miguel Rojas is a real MMA
Yeah, that
fighter
was
who's
good.
known as the Brawler
was-
and the Matador.
good.
He is lore and fighting style accurate, and he carried himself
Yeah.
super well.
Yeah, I like that one. That was a good choice.
And the guy they got to play
Oh,
Brian
I'm
Fury, he was a
no.
heavyweight boxer.
Yeah, that was also another good one.
He was
To be
imposing
fair-
his shit.
To be Brian Fury, there's very few qualifications you need.
You have to look like you can kill somebody, and you will kill somebody. And that guy
Have
delivered
you
on that front.
seen some of the heavyweight champions that have existed? A lot of them have that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we forget that's Mike Tyson. He can kill all of us if he wanted to.
Dude, that's the one hard part. Is like I love
It's
and
the joke
appreciate.
for the inside group.
That's true. But I love and respect the fact that a lot of casting agencies, they will actually cast real fighters, like real boxers, real grapplers, MMA fighters for these
Mhm.
movie roles at the cost of Mike Tyson being love you, Mike. But like some of them aren't the best actors in the world. Actors and actresses in the world. Some of their acting is
Mhm.
atrocious, but it makes up for in the actual like combat sequences that they do, because now it gives it a more realistic feel. They can actually do the moves and have the ability to pull a punch and not kill somebody.
My guy, tell
True,
me
that
you didn't
is a
love
big
watching
thing.
Donnie Yen fight Mike Tyson.
I
That
did,
was
dude.
good.
That
Dude,
was
the
so
entire
good.
time, spoiler alert, Donnie Yen at one point starts getting his ass kicked, and I'm sitting there just like, no, fight back, kick him, you're Ape-Man.
Sweep the knee.
Sweep the knee, dude. It's Mike Tyson, though. It makes sense. If someone in that weight class hits you with that amount of technique and power, you're going down like a sack of potatoes, buddy. That's all there
Can
is
I-
It
to it.
doesn't matter
Can I
how
state
much
a fun
tech you
fact?
have. If you get punched by Mike Tyson, go fuck yourself. Yeah, what's up?
Can I state a fun
You
fact
seeing God.
about that Ape-Man movie?
Yes.
So it was fucking hilarious to me because again, I had to watch it with subtitles. But
the
for
only
some
way to
reason,
watch those movies.
while Mike Tyson was talking and he was talking to whatever that British dude's name is, I was just like, I gotta see something here. And I put on dubbed. I put on the English dub. They have a separate voice actor for Mike Tyson's part. Somebody else is talking in Mike Tyson's stead.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Can you blame them?
So it's somebody else. Like Mike Tyson is still talking, but it's a different voice coming out of his neck.
I mean,
That's pretty good.
Oh, dude. That's funny because they don't do that when he talks to Ip Man.
That's true.
He walks up stone cold as shit. I want to see whose fists are faster, yours or mine.
You got 3 minutes.
See? And
Playtime.
it was still good. He still looks scary as shit because he's 2 feet taller than Donnie Yen.
But that's putting on pure American boxing against probably one of the hands down the greatest Wing Chun artists of like all time.
Wing Chun is
That-
unfortunately not as popular as an art of a form as it used to be. But
I know
is
it goes by
just
something
a
else.
test of the time.
They don't call it Wing Chun anymore. I forgot what they call it now.
Yeah,
I
a
do
lot of
too.
places still do.
Yeah, but it is just one of those things where is it an effective art form or
Most
fighting form?
people,
Yes. Is it
people-
like the thing you want to rely on the most? Not really.
No,
most
but it's
people
good because-
effectively agree. Mix it with something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like I would say
remember
mix it
there's
with like a
one
little bit of
dude-
Taekwondo.
There's one dude who mixes it with kickboxing, and that's kind of terrifying.
Oh
Mhm.
yes.
We were talking about that guy the other day.
Yeah, oh yeah, we were, huh? Me and Mikey talked about this like in depth for about an hour and a half, like probably 3 days ago.
It's
Oh,
effective,
man.
man. It was scary watching him train because you're like, you see a movie villain and they look scary. You see this dude just absolutely decimating a heavy bag, and you're like, oh, he's a real person. He can do that to someone.
Can you imagine getting those windmill punches on your gullet and then getting just in the chin? Oh, I don't want
I-
to think about that.
honestly. We're getting off topic again, boys. Why are we so bad at that?
Real quick before
back on
we
topic. Go ahead.
just to derail one more time. So the movie that I was thinking of with Donnie Yen, it was Dragon Tiger Gate.
I don't actually think I know that one.
I
came out
don't
in-
know that one.
Came out in 2006. The short and sweet is two rival martial arts dojos go to battle. Donnie Yen and the other main character. Donnie Yen is technically the bad guy. Donnie Yen finds out that his dojo sucks, and then the leader of it is an asshole. So he joins up with the good guys, and one of the good guys turns out is his long lost brother. Boom.
Huh.
You get to see Donnie Yen for an hour and a half with a old school 2006 emo boy haircut.
Interesting. Okay.
What,
I'm
that was
talking
a
hair color
weird
in the eye.
sentence.
I was kind of Donnie Yen in the Triple X movie.
Yes.
Maybe that's my opinion.
Can we? Are we talking about that? Does someone
I don't
else
want to. I'd
spear
like
that?
to move on from that one.
I'd like to just move on, please.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That movie's
Now,
Pick the rate
I
for
got-
2000, Alex.
I gotta address this because I'm a dude that's done this several fucking times after I walk out of a movie theater watching a martial arts movie. How many of you guys think you can actually do that on screen as soon as you walk out?
Nope.
I'm
I
like,
could Dempsey roll you. That's about it.
I could double backflip into a high knee. I can do that
No,
right now.
absolutely
No.
not.
Absolutely
No.
not. No.
I wouldn't even lie to myself like that.
Same.
I
Oh,
sure
the
should
offer's
be.
still out there. Tony, if you want to get Dempsey rolled, hit me up.
Also, hit me up because I want to see it.
Inside
Same.
joke. One of our friends said he wanted to get into a street fight because it'll build character. And then when I offered, he
Friend is a
just
strong word.
Yeah, well, associate. He really quickly changed his tune. He's like, "Oh, I wouldn't fight a friend." I'm like, "Come on, man, just us between friends."
Trust me, I've had plenty of friendly WWE matches amongst my pals.
Same.
Don't
And
try
our
to send home
cousins
my ass.
and our stupid uncles.
But for those at home that don't
No
know,
comment on
please
that one.
explain what a Dempsey roll is.
Made famous by Jack Dempsey and annoyingly even more famous by the boxing anime Hajime no Ippo. It is a
Okay,
form
no,
of.
it's a treasure.
It is a beautiful anime, but you gotta get okay. So Mike Tyson also does it on an effective level that is terrifying, but it's essentially a boxing maneuver where you're defensively swaying and building momentum, and you start countering from the sway. It is a good way to close distance and pressure people. And when you have a heavyweight striker like Dempsey or Tyson, it's the last thing you want to see is your opponent just pressing you with solid momentum and good defense. Because as soon as you see their hand slip from their guard, something just got hit. And you're not sure where the pain's about to start shooting from.
The literal definition of peekaboo. Holy shit, dude.
Oh yeah,
Especially with all that momentum coming from the movement of the actual sways and then just a lateral throw. Yikes. From a fist that weighs 20 pounds.
That's a lot of
seriously,
momentum
this
coming
guy's
your
throwing
way.
cinder blocks at you.
Honestly.
If you guys like fighting movies or martial arts movies, check out Hajime no Ippo. It's a classic anime. There are multiple seasons. It's a pretty long show. And all of the fights and fighters are based off of real people. The writer did his research, did some accurate accountants of like their classic matches. And you're going to see fighters like obviously like Tyson and Dempsey, Oscar De La Hoya, and maybe a couple international names and maybe a couple international names you've never heard of, and you're going to be like, oh, that's cool, it kind of looks like him. And then when they get in the ring and you see their signature counters or their footwork, the attention to detail is so good, and it will draw you in for like the 180 episodes or 160 episodes it is.
Holy crap.
It's all fucking worth it.
It's a
Awesome.
good series.
I need to look that up.
Yo, we talking about fighting anime now? Because we can go off.
We'll be here all damn night and day until tomorrow.
I just had to shout out that one. We got to do a separate episode for fighting anime.
True.
Dude, I can talk about fucking fighting anime and manga forever, dude.
Same.
It's like in the beginning there was Yu Yu Hakusho.
Never really got into that.
I'm older than that. In the beginning, there was Shoot Fighter Tekken.
Somehow, despite the fact that I'm 7 years younger, 6 years younger, whatever the fuck it is, I'm more into Street Fighter Tekken than you are.
Because
In
the
the
shit's too
beginning
good.
there was Fist of the North Star.
Let's go. Actually,
There.
that's a good segue for a movie I want to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Is
Here we go.
it the movie? Is the
No,
movie I'm thinking of?
as much as I would love it to be Fist of the North Star live action adaptation, I don't really want to talk about that.
Fair.
All right. All
Um,
right.
And it's crazy because a lot of people on our side of the planet see this movie as a goofy, no sense parody. But on the other side, where it's from, it is hailed as a very well, it is still a parody, but it's put together and respectfully does nods to a lot of the classic martial arts movies of their generation.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Have you guys seen Kung Fu? Yeah, exactly. Have you guys seen Kung Fu Hustle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the best movies ever made.
Dude, the way it's put together, even the opening scene sets up how mean and I don't give a fuck the Axe Gang is. And then the movie just rolls from there. You see the story progress. You see these crazy characters that are very eccentric, very Fist of the North Star, that these daily people can just walk out and pa, 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 and you're disintegrated. Your like head explodes out your ass or something ridiculous like that.
The lady with the curlers.
Yeah.
And the cigarette.
I love the landlady.
So
my
good.
God.
I need to see that movie again, even though I've seen it
But
like
some of these
100 times already.
Yeah, some of these parody spoof martial arts movies are still good because at the end of the day, you're still getting that martial arts feel, but it's also funny. Like they made martial arts funny, and like what was it like a Shaolin Soccer? Another one. They managed to fuse comedy,
Shaolin
sports, and
Soccer is so
That movie-
fascinating as a movie.
That movie's a fever dream, if we're being completely honest.
comedy,
Yeah.
sports, and martial arts all fused together.
Mm.
Another skull for Team Evil.
And then you got Kung
Stupid.
Pao into the fist that just shits on all of them.
I'd refuse to talk about that one.
I'd still hate the
Fair.
fact. Well, not hate the fact, but I'm still scarred from the whole. He's fighting a fucking cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scared me and scarred me. I didn't trust milk from then on.
From that day, I was
Okay.
lactose intolerant.
Like the milk at the bottom of my cereal bowl is just gonna judo chop my throat.
I wish.
Or
I would love to watch that
nobody
movie.
does that.
Anyways, back to where I was.
Sorry.
The whole reason I brought up that movie is because as goofy and over the top it is, the choreography on point, the storytelling on point. There are much more serious action-oriented martial arts movies you can get into, but that one's just good for the soul. You can sit back, enjoy it, and just be sucked into the goofy adventure, and then get blown away by the really cool scenes they set. And
It was really well done too.
oh yeah, and it really took me back to the old school days of like Shaolin versus Wu Tang, 18 Temple, or wait, what was it?
Not the
The
rap
18
group.
Bronze Men, or the legendary Buddhist Palm, or Drunken Master, like where the scene began. And I don't know, man, it's just a special place in my heart. And even those movies kind of hit me with that, but they're the gold standard. This was like the remake.
Alright. See that? Yeah, this makes me just want to like take another 2 days just to watch all the martial arts movies I can get my grubby little hands on.
Same.
Once Jackie Chan did the original Drunken Master movies, and even the ones before that, I don't know why I always thought that was the most like visually entertaining and well put together choreography I think that's ever been on cinema. Eat your heart out, $1 million Marvel budgets. You ain't got shit on this.
All you need is a
You got
couple of
shit
people
on
that
these
know how to.
wires.
All you need is a couple of people that know how to throw punches and kicks and switch transition. Like, and that's the one scary part I've always thought about. Is like these guys are actually in a fight sequence that they had to choreograph. One false move, and you're getting punched in the mouth, and you're getting your legs swept underneath you, and
It happens.
you're dead.
Mhm.
No, it's happened.
That's the scary thing.
That's honestly, I give Donnie Yen such props. I would not have let Mike Tyson throw practice swings at me. I would have
Oh,
flinched
hell
every
no.
single time.
Oh, man.
Dude, I would have quit.
Like,
See,
you could
Zach
you could probably hear-
Galifianakis had to fake one punch. Donnie Yen had to fake a whole 3-minute round.
That's the scary thing. Like the guy holding the boom mic, you could probably hear Donnie and just go, "Gulp." Shit.
Every time there's a quiet, fucking shit.
Or like he throws a little too hard because it's Mike Tyson. He probably got lost in the fight itself, and he probably for a second thought, "I need to actually hit this fucker." So you can just imagine there's a microphone in Donnie Yen's head. You just heard, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh god! He's gonna kill me! Oh god! He's gonna kill me!"
Him or despite the fact that I'm both way heavier and way taller than Tony Jaa, I would never let that man throw a kick at me because he could take
No.
my head
No,
clean
he'll
off of
take
my
your
body.
head off.
So
Oh, you
I
were
think
using that kidney?
I'm gonna assume everybody's seen the Ong Bak movies,
Yes.
Yep, all of them.
Yeah.
classics. Audience, if you haven't seen these movies and you like a good adrenaline rush, or in the third one, more deep storytelling, God, they're good movies. They tell a great story. They're visually stunning, and the choreography is actually revolutionary. I know he did other stuff. That's what put Tony Jaa on the map.
I wish they didn't take him off of Netflix.
Same. I would watch him again,
But speaking
Good
of
old
Tony Jaa, I know the
Netflix.
one. Sorry, Brendan. The one that you guys kept on telling me to watch that I still haven't watched yet, but Jiu-Jitsu with Nick Cage.
The fever dream of
Oh,
a straight to
man.
Netflix series or movie.
Dude, if it was a series, I would watch the shit out of that.
I can't even. I don't know who pitched him that idea. I don't know who let Nicolas Cage do this, but it's happened,
Okay,
and we
got some
can
extra
never
money, bro.
undo it.
Let's do something with it.
Oh, man. You can describe his whole career as that.
Yeah. Well, besides National Treasure, that one's actually pretty solid. I did thoroughly enjoy that. I think that was his very first series role.
I'm sorry. What did you just say to me?
What?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I know that's not what this episode's about, but don't you dare put some respect. You put some respect on Con Air and Gone in 60 Seconds and The Rock.
True. And,
There we go.
Oh fuck! What's his name?
I'm actually really just pissed off about Gone in 60 Seconds. I'm like, car guy losing his shit over here. I just watched an Eleanor replica. It's not even an original one. Go at Barrett Jackson for $350,000.
Jesus.
Man, that auction was crazy, dude.
Yeah. You saw everybody in the front row who was bidding sweating because the bid started at like 150 and just kept skyrocketing.
I felt so bad for the Ferrari that was like 2 entries later. It didn't get bid on for shit.
It's like, anyone, 10,000, 8,000,
Seriously.
please, we got to sell it.
A bus pass, for the love of God, just take it.
Anyways.
All right, back to martial arts movies. I just want to bring this up because, well, I figured one of us has to bring it up at some point. Might as well be me. The Mortal Kombat movies.
Ooh, that's a gem.
Gems.
They are good.
I thought they were a bit of all right, not like too crazy over the top. Like, oh wow, I want to spin kick off of a roof too. But it was entertaining. But to see that a lot of people thought that they were like bad, and Rotten Tomatoes, well then again, can we really trust Rotten Tomatoes ever?
No.
Rated it poorly.
A lot of people hate those movies for some reason. I don't know why,
But
man. They were
You
good.
can kind of see why, because from a movie standpoint, they're not good. But from an enjoyment standpoint, they're bangers.
I don't know what you're talking about. Annihilation is one of the best movies of all time.
I'm rated.
I recommend both of them. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you play Mortal Kombat, watch the movies. It just sucks because of all these critics and everything that rated it terribly ruined the guy who played Liu Kang. Like, after the Mortal Kombat movies, he was the little brother sidekick in Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley.
He was in the Dead or Alive movie as well.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah, he was in Dead or Alive, wasn't he?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I forgot there was
Again,
even
another
a
video
Dead or
game
Alive
movie.
movie.
Yep.
And Beverly Hills Ninja, Adrian, you were correct. That is a great kung fu movie. And anybody who can disagree with me, I'll fight you in the name of Chris Farley himself.
Yo, honestly. Beverly Hills Ninja is a predecessor to G.I. Joe. I'm just going to say
it. What?
What?
Did he lose weight and become Snake Eyes?
Yeah.
When he's wearing the black, when he's wearing the black ninja gi, he looks like a fucking fat version of Gun Jack.
I don't honestly. No, I don't know
Yeah,
why.
That
I
sounds
just
like a mean thing you say at a con. Hey, fat gunjack, get over here.
Hey,
It's just
Gunjack, get
regular
over here.
gunjack, but okay.
But anyways, I don't know why I got that feeling, but from the Snake Eyes G.I. Joe movie, it just really felt like I don't know why it gave me a huge Beverly Hills Ninja vibe.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. It just did.
What is this episode?
think-
Why is it
I
such a
think just
fever
the-
dream?
I think just the way some of the scenes were shot were just very reminiscent of that kind of filmmaking. I don't
I
know.
guess
Maybe I'm
I don't
insane.
know. You're giving me a minor aneurysm over here.
Like when
I am
I'm
slightly
thinking of
confused.
It's like they might be having a
Storm
stroke.
Shadow gets when Storm Shadow gets framed for killing their master, the way that entire sequence is shot just really reminds me of Beverly Hills Ninja. So the cameras are off center and they're slightly to the right. The pans are always on the long walkways and people are never in like the center of the frame. People are always running. And none of the dialogue is linear. It's just all over the place. It feels like a Beverly Hills Ninja scene. I don't know.
I got nothing, man.
I'm drawing a blank.
Maybe because they filmed it in a retro style to try and capture the old feel.
Yeah, and I feel like that's also the kind of style that that movie was going for too. I don't know.
That was a weird tangent. We have man. Our editor's gonna have to put in overtime on this episode.
He doesn't do shit.
Fuck off.
For reference, that fuck off came from our editor, Brandon / cast member / boss
He's
/
here?
manager.
/ producer.
Wait, where?
Oh fuck, the boss is here. Wait,
Fuck.
that's me.
God damn it! Stop talking shit about him.
Fuck, I forgot.
Anyways,
So it's a little bit of a. I don't know if it would be like a side tangent or a side track, but it's still technically related to like the martial arts movies. But your guys' take on like any of the MMA movies that are out there.
oh, I gotta hear which ones you're talking about specifically because there's a few.
The very first Never Back Down is the one that stands out to me.
I like,
Fair.
and I know I'm gonna get hate for this. I like Never Back Down as a series. I think they're very well put together.
Yeah, right.
You can see the budget decline the longer the series goes, but they're pretty well done.
Because all the money went to paying Michael J. White to be in the second one.
No comment. But no, DJ,
Yeah.
I like that. I think they do a good. Because in movies like that, much like Karate Kid, you have to show the character development, the skill development, and you have to show like the big conflict. And I think Never Back Down sticks to the formula. It's tried and true. You get to see the training montage. You get to see this kid hit rock bottom. You get to see him fight his way up. And then in the final round, you get to see the throwdown. Like, I'm trying to remember if it was the first or the third one where the kid's opponent gets knocked out of the tournament or disqualified or something. And instead of winning the tournament, he's like, "No, I'm good. I outlasted him. I did what I came here for." And then the dude street fights him in the parking lot.
Yes, that was that's the first one.
Okay. I get them mixed around sometimes because I kind of binge watched them all in one day in a fever dream.
Beats his ass right there in the fucking road.
Right? Everyone's like, "Oh, street fight," which is pretty real. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty on point right there.
Especially for the year it came out, everyone would have been in the parking lot. World Star. And just
2021, it's TikTok.
Don't ever say that again.
Oh, man, if I end up in a street fight and it lands on TikTok, I'm going to be furious.
Just like you're gonna be TikTok famous, bro. You're gonna be TikTok dead. Come here.
That was terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah. Sorry. I apologize. Anyway, martial arts movies, MMA movies. What list of what MMA movies have you guys seen that you guys are a fan of, Mikey?
I really do like the Never Back Down series. I'm gonna get so much shit for this because it is a comedy, but it does the whole like character journey development really well. Here Comes the Boom. Do you guys remember that one?
Throw that one out there.
And
Cameron James.
It does have real moments in it because let's face it, I'm sure everybody's got hit by a lucky punch. I don't know about you, Adrian, but I feel like DJ has for sure.
Oh yeah.
That shit will rock you. Your eyes get all watery. Everything's a little blurry. That shit happens in a real fight. And once your opponent sees you're dazed, they're going to capitalize on it.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid they're a big wrestler, because then you're done.
Just I've caught several like hits that I wasn't anticipating. I've been sucker punched, and I got half a quarter of a second to shake that off. And if I'm seeing triple, pick the one that looks the most threatening.
I'm swinging for the middle. I'm gonna hit one of you.
I'm just gonna start doing. I'm gonna start doing sweeps. I'll hit something eventually.
It's such a goofy comedy, and then you have like these actual characters in the scene, like Joe Rogan and Boss Root, and it just kind of sells the image of, man, this might have been a dude who got way out of his league, but they're just putting him in a ring. Let's see what happens. Which, let's face it, there are some fighters out there that happens to him for sure. That's a real story.
Yeah.
Actually, me and Adrian were talking about one the other day who he wasn't doing good in the MMA, and he went to a bare knuckle boxing league and got severely injured. And I'm like, if you couldn't defend effectively in a padded and regulated league, why would you go to a more dangerous one?
Because that's how Kimbo Slice got started.
Yeah, Kimbo Slice is also an actual like bioweapon.
Honestly, if you've seen that man's fists, they're huge.
That man in general, he's literally a legend for a reason.
He's a carrot hoof for a hand.
My guy out here swinging cinder blocks. Fuck.
Seriously.
Seriously.
What about you guys? That was my stupid input.
That's you got everything I was gonna say. The first Never Back Down and Here Comes the Boom. That's my extent of MMA movies.
What? No Blood and Bone?
Sadly, no.
Would you call that a blood and bone because he's doing karate in that one?
Yeah, true.
Don't get me wrong. I love that movie. I love the actors they got in that movie. It's a very good cast, but he is in that situation a more traditional karate practitioner. And true. Kimbo is in it, which is cool. Throwback became full circle with that conversation.
Rest in power, King.
Mm-hmm.
Kimbo Slice. Yeah, it was a little weird to see him just take on a more traditional karate fighting style.
That's kind of what he does, though. He's really good at it too.
I'm trying to remember, like, what does he actually practice? Is it Kyokushin?
Okay, so I'm not getting into the politics of that one because some people disagree with how much of a practitioner he is on certain things. But I don't. Yeah, I'm not getting into that one. That's going to cause a topic of debate, not only on the internet but in my house, and I'll never hear the end of it.
All right. Then Adrian, any MMA movies?
Did anyone watch Kickboxer with Van Damme?
I think I did. I think I actually own it, but it's been forever.
Really?
I think so. Don't quote me on that. It's probably been a hot minute.
It might have been a long time ago.
I think that movie is from like the 90s or the late 80s.
Because I know my mom,
late
she's 80s. A big like Van Damme
late 80s.
fan,
okay,
so I might have.
I mean, can you blame her? Van Damme's unlike a certain character. I mean, no, not certain character. A certain actor, like he holds up really well.
Yeah. Can't speak English worth shit, but you know.
Yes, he can. He just has an accent.
I know.
Yeah, that's.
He's from Belgium.
Shit, well, those kicks come same day shipping. They'll send you straight to God.
Dude, those kicks are International Express.
Honestly.
Jesus.
This shit was next day by Bezos Air.
You ever think the last thing you see was the Doc Martin approval stamp?
You have the no slip tread on your forehead.
It's honestly.
Kicks you in the cheek and it just says handle with care.
Oh man.
I don't even.
Also, a really quick tangent. I don't know how I didn't bring this up. The fucking movie Surf Ninjas. Holy shit. That movie was my childhood.
What?
Yeah, there was a kids martial arts movie called Surf Ninjas, I think.
Surf Ninjas.
Hold on, I'm gonna look this shit up real quick.
Yeah, no, dude, that was a real movie. Oh, too bad one of our friends is a diehard about this movie, and he quotes it to this day.
It's such a good movie.
I'm gonna bring it up on D&D tomorrow.
That movie was made in '93.
Yeah, it's as old as I am.
Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas. Hold on.
You guys never heard of
I
this?
appreciate that we're all just gonna Google this movie real quick. I've seen it, but
Rob
it's been so long.
Snyder?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Rob
Iggy is
Snyder.
one of the
Dude,
greatest,
yeah.
most
The
annoying characters
The
The
ever.
golden-
Stapler.
Hold on.
Ernie
Hold on. This
Reyes?
This
Hold
is
up.
the Rotten Tomatoes law in effect. Rotten Tomatoes 11%. Google users 94%.
Because it's got Leslie Nielsen as Colonel G. How is that not great?
Honestly,
Guys, he's a cybernetic
yeah.
samurai, but he's an old Caucasian man with white hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
Dude, Leslie Nielsen, even though it's not a martial arts movie, he's always going to be Mr. Magoo to me.
He
Now,
is so funny
dude,
as a villain.
now I gotta see this movie.
Guys,
Dude,
this is what we need to
have
watch
this
on
movie
movie
on
night.
VHS.
I need
I
to see
love
this
it because
movie.
they do a bit where if he gets wet, he'll start spazzing out and short circuiting. So it happens mid fight, and he looks around for a minute. I'm okay, and he draws the sword and starts chasing down the heroes. For fuck's sake!
Leslie
Oh.
Nielsen is a gem to movies.
Dude, he's too good.
Is this mirrored? Is this like the cover for the movie look like a Goldfinger album?
It really does.
It really
You know
does.
why? This was made, I believe. Hold on, I'm gonna double check my
Said
facts here.
93.
Speaking of which, Goldfinger, go on tour again. I want to go.
Oh, I wish.
Hold up.
It's
Seeing
$10
like
on a
the
certain
images on
online
like
retailer.
seeing the images on like Google and like some of these scenes, these images on
Dude,
here.
they're so good. By the way, Brandon, if you can imagine what the dialogue in a movie like this is, you're probably right.
Yeah, that's what,
probably right.
that's what makes me want to watch this even more.
So
You probably
this
guessed
movie
the script
came
before it
out.
happens.
Oh, hold up.
Go
I
on.
just got to put this out here, and this is probably why the movie's great. It came out in the middle of the Three Ninjas hype. Does anybody remember those movies?
Yes.
Yes.
So think that, but with a different group of three kids, and they were born to lead an island revolution.
Oh yeah.
It's like Three Ninjas, but Far Cry 6.
Honestly, Far Cry 5.
No, fair enough. Oh,
See, I
man.
want another
It's-
resurgence of martial arts movies, dude. Like I miss like just
I'm
straight
telling
up
you,
good
man,
martial
watch
arts
Shang-Chi.
movies.
Yeah,
No, I'm
that'll
gonna
actually
watch
scratch that.
that,
Yeah.
but I want
Yo.
like just more to come out where it's just straight fighting and choreography, not camera work and CGI.
Yeah.
I wish, dude.
We need some
Some
more
of them
martial
still
arts
do.
movies.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, dude, there's one thing in Shang-Chi. The references in that movie are fantastic. There's one that almost made me fucking cry. It's at one point when two characters are squaring off against each other, and it's the Goku versus Vegeta stance off from like the original Dragon Ball series. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I love that scene so much, and just seeing that in like 4K CinemaScope was so sick. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
I love that.
That's a scene.
Oh, that's a
dude,
scene right there, dude.
For
that whole
now,
sequence. Oh,
other than that movie, if you want to find good action martial arts adventures like that, you really have to like get on your streaming service, look for shit you've never heard of. And unfortunately, that's kind of the way the world is at the moment. We need some new bangers to come out. And every once in a while
Originality is dead.
Huh?
Ignore me.
Okay. That was
Okay.
weird. Every once in a while, good ones like The Raid or Triple Threat, or even in this weird situation, Shang-Chi
That was
come
so
out.
good.
Triple Threat was
Triple Threat
so
was-
good.
It was really good.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
stuff like that will
so
come
good.
out, and they're great. Like they'll catch you off guard.
By the way, audience, if you don't know what triple threat is, learn it, catch up.
I love how like once The Raid and Triple Threat and stuff like that came out, Hollywood was like, "Damn, these indie guys are pretty good. Let's get them on for John Wick." They did a
Honestly.
great job.
Major companies need to realize that martial artists are probably some of the best people at making movies.
Right.
Yes.
Because it's real. They make it real.
Like I said, there's an honesty about that terrible, just gritty realism that they to the table. There's something so genuine about it that it just makes everything work.
And even nowadays, Shang-Chi was a great example of people who do this professionally and still say, well, if we want to do a special effect here, do this and it'll look good. And it comes out well because this is their wheelhouse. This is what they know should work.
Like this is
Yeah.
like they will know how to actually make this look feasible.
Yeah. One of the guys even fully admitted when they were shooting one of the scenes that was supposed to be like a House of Flying Daggers, very wire work, very like over the top, old school style where the scene all began. He's like, in my head, I knew what I wanted, and I had a very hard time explaining that. But when I gave it to the stunt crew and the choreographer, who are, let's face it, years ahead of what I would even consider myself versed in, they made it work. They said, "This is what we're gonna do. Just make sure your camera's right here, and we'll do the magic for you. Just let us work." And Adrian, it's the scene, fight scene in the bamboo.
Oh.
Yeah,
Again, practical effects are the way. There is no getting around it.
That one was a mix. They did do a little bit of CG on that scene.
Yeah, but that is mostly practical though, because even older did a lot of sweeping, flying movements like that. But like, dude, practical effects are the way to go. You can touch it up, that's fine, but you need to have a practical basis for if you're going to do anything action oriented like that.
I think that's why the Ong Bak movies sold so well.
Yeah, because they're so good at it.
Right? Yeah. You want me to do this crazy flip off a building? Give me a few days. I'll work it out. Okay. Be careful, boss.
Look at the choreography that it probably took. I want to know how long it took to perfect the first Ip Man when he took on all 10 of those dudes at the Japanese guy's dojo. How much effort that
was
took to actually coordinate that. That was probably a hellified nightmare. And he's like, I'm on a time crunch. We're on a time crunch. We want to get paid. Hit me. Let's go. Let's do this.
DJ. What about the table scene?
Dude.
For those audience, if you haven't seen this, look up Ip Man table fight. You will find it on the internet.
IPMAN.
Yep. One of the greatest choreographed scenes of all time, in my opinion. Absolutely stunning acrobatics, wire work, even a cool few just camera tricks. It is so good.
Even with wire work, you still had to have impeccable balance to do that. Like, that required a lot of skill and concentration. Wire work can carry you and take you where you need to go, but you're the basis. You're the foundation. You need to be able to get up there and stay up there.
And then when he fought the master at the end and everyone just got quiet. And shout out to, I know a lot of people know Jackie Chan and some of the other performers he was, but the guy who played the master at the end of that fight scene, Sammo Hung, has a lot of his own martial arts movies, and he's famous for doing the over-the-top wire work or these really cool theatrics. The guy's a legend, man. He is so cool in his vision and like actually producing it. Oh, check him out, folks. Like, that is a good one you cannot miss.
Like, all these, like Ip Man immediately became one of my favorite series of all time. Like, I will watch those movies over and over and over again.
Yeah, I need to watch them.
Like, especially in number 4 when they started like bringing up and like he taught Bruce Lee, and now we're going to see a segment where this guy who's playing Bruce Lee, whom looked almost to a T like Bruce Lee with the clothes and the wig that they gave him, and the fighting style spot on.
The mannerisms too, give him the good old fucking thumb off the nose, strike the pose, and get ready to throw down. Oh, that kid nailed it
to a T. To where I'm like, dude, he's alive. Yes, he's here with us on screen right now.
DJ peaked so hard he knocked out my internet connection.
I am so sorry. Yeah, that's why I just wanted to go back to like regular old martial arts movies, not camera work and smoke and mirrors with CGI and green screen. Like, just let people hire some skilled martial artists and let them fight it out.
Oh yeah. Like the new Mortal Kombat did the exact opposite of that, and I think that's why it had a hard time at the box office.
Oh, and I know the audience isn't going to give a shit because we didn't bring up Crouching Tiger.
I feel like that movie's talked about a lot.
Yeah. That's why I at least wanted to say the name, so that way we can please them. Are you happy? I say Crouching Tiger.
Yeah. By the way, Crouching Tiger.
And the dragon still ate it.
So, guys, we gotta wrap up soon before we head into another delusional rant because we've had plenty of those this episode.
Yes, that is true.
As a nice little sending off note from everybody, let's do our quick goodbye. But when I get to you, how about we do a recommendation for people who kind of want to get into this stuff? Because I'm sure we were not the most educational group. Let's just give them a good source material to learn themselves. Like so.
All right.
Any volunteers, or am I doing regular roll call like a teacher?
Let's go with roll call. It's been a while. I've been gone.
Okay, roll call. DJ, you're first.
Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. I recommend you want to start like a light little dose of martial arts movies. I recommend the very first Ip.11. It is a fantastic movie with a fantastic storyline and fantastic fight scenes. Straight out the gate, within the first 2 minutes, you get your first fight scene. And it's all well choreographed and very, very, very well done. Donnie Yen is a master of his craft.
Not bad, not bad. That's a solid recommendation, too. Let's roll over to Adrian.
I can't pick. A part of me wants to meme and say Kung Fury, but I don't want to do that.
Don't you dare do that to our good
I
fans.
know you hate that movie. I know
we
you
don't
hate
even have
that
enough
movie
fans
so
for you to
much.
start burning bridges.
I like that movie.
It's...
Don't burn bridges that haven't been built yet, damn it.
He's already got the TNT set up at the construction site.
It's such a good movie, though.
It's like half an hour long, and it's an 80s retro throwback.
But it's the half an hour that counts. It really genuinely is. But no, in all seriousness, though, I really just can't get over the classics. Like, if you want to go a little more hokey, then there's always Drunken Master.
Very
But
good.
if you really want a good movie, fucking something like Enter the Dragon, dude. Or no, I'm just gonna choose it. Way of the Dragon. That's a good starter movie in my opinion.
That's a good one.
Do you need me to just cut you loose? Are you
yeah,
good?
no. Like I said, I'm just gonna choose Way of the Dragon. I'm choosing that one.
All right. That's a good choice. Solid representation right there. All right, that's gonna wrap up Adrian. Thank you so very much for that existential crisis. We're gonna roll into Brandon. How you doing down there, pal?
I'm doing good. Okay, so I would say if you want to hit a more, I guess, popular actor, because he is very well known to be a legend in the martial arts scene, I'm gonna recommend a movie I talked about earlier in this podcast. Romeo Must Die. It is Jet Li, rest in peace, Aaliyah. It is a more modern type movie. It has its own original soundtracks and great story, great choreography, and a couple of notable actors too as well. And I would recommend that for like a first taste into it. It has a little more urban feel to it with the R&B music and a mix with the kung fu martial art and stuff like that, and that Jet Li brings into the mix. Yeah, that's a great starting point, I feel.
Damn, dude, not bad. That's a really good one, and I'm gonna have to watch that movie because I don't think I've seen any portion of it in the last several years. So, NoSkill movie night.
We need to have it. We need to have it.
Gotta do it,
that happens.
Whenever that happens.
When DJ's not being a fucking action hero.
I swear, we're gonna be like, "Yo, movie night," and then DJ's gonna be like, "I'm missing my foot today." And we're gonna be like, "Fuck."
Damn! Don't put the man on the spot.
Dude, seriously, I would love to show it to movie night, but so I went out last night, and now my kidney is actually on the black market, and I'm trying to find it. So you guys have to go without me.
I gotta go Liam Neeson my kidney. Anyways.
Do you have a recommendation there, Mikey?
Very much so. We've gone over a lot of crazier titles. I'm kind of going to stick in that same vein. Tony Jaa does not get enough recognition. Any of the Ong Bak movies, I'd highly recommend. There's 3 of them, so if you don't like the more mystical, spiritual one, don't go with 3. If you don't like the more urban one, don't go with 2. Ong Bak, any of the 3 are fantastic movies. Their styles most people probably haven't seen before unless you're actively into like MMA and Muay Thai and things like that. They're great adventures. The choreography is next level. They got this guy recognized by an international market. Absolutely recommend any of those movies. My personal favorite is the first one. The second one's pretty close runner up. But if you're starting off, that's a good place for it. And on that note, it's been so good to be back. We have been NoSkill Entertainment. This has been the NoSkill Podcast. And man, I don't know if we swept your knees, but I'm not feeling too good about myself at the moment. Until next time, folks.